Well, I tell you, you won't believe it, but I can remember when I was 3 years old. Mama was strict with us, but Papa never, he wasn't that strict. He was more, the tone of his voice was enough. And they were perfectly matched. They were both, my daddy was very, very easygoing, and Mama was the strict one in the family. Well, Mama told Hubert, my oldest brother, to go down to the pasture and let the cow, open the gate and let the cows out. He goes ahead and I'm going behind him, and suddenly I screamed. A snake had bit me. It was a pygmy rattle. And Hubert grabbed me up and started running, screaming, "Mama, Mama, Mama, snake bit Essie, snake bit Essie, snake." Well, Mama ran and grabbed me, and she said to Hubert, she says, "Run to Cousin Oscar," that was our nearest neighbor, "tell him to come quick, a snake bit Essie." And he came and he brought a bottle of spirits of turpentine. And he put that, you could see where the teeth of the snake went. He opened that and he put that bottle up there, and you could see a little trickle of white stuff coming. And he told Mama, he says, "Look, Minnie, this is drawing the poison out." Off we go to Tallahassee, a whole bunch. Brian, that was a saga. We loaded everything we had. We had a dump truck. We filled that with things. I'm designated to drive that from Stewart, and that's way down at Palm Beach, to Tallahassee. The car was loaded to the doors top, just couldn't see out, and the cat was lying on the back seat, up on top of everything. And then we had a little old pickup truck that didn't even have a windshield on it. Grover drove that, and it was full of stuff. Well, we went off. So I ended up with a double major, history and English, and a double minor, sociology and science, through the 10th grade. One day he asked me, he says, "Would you come to the base and play tennis? Would you care to come to the base and play tennis with me?" And I said, "No, I'll come." So I went out there and we played tennis, and then we sat on a bench and talked. And then this night we were at the Rushons. He says, "Let's get married." And I says, "Suits me." And we all got in the car and went to Milton and got married by the judge. Well, Grover went home without me. Mama came in there and woke him up and says, "Grover, where's Essie?" He said, "Mama, Essie got married last night." Well, Mama didn't say a word. I left Pensacola on the 11th day of November, and I got to Manila in the Philippine Islands Christmas Eve morning at 7:30. That's how long it took me to get there. Of course, I had to go to Hawaii, had to go to Japan, had to go to Shanghai, had to go to Hong Kong. Then I ended up in Manila. I went down and got the mail, and there was a letter there addressed to Ensign Ira Peter Bascle Jr. Well, I thought, this is a joke. So I called the office and I said, do you have an Ensign Bascle working there? He says, no ma'am, we don't have an ensign, we have a chief. I said, well, let me speak to him. So I called Frenchie with that. He says, open the letter and read it to me. And I opened it and read it, and they told him that you've been commissioned. Like one of the sisters asked me one time, she says, Essie, did you and Fritchie ever think of divorce? I says, oh my God, no, sister. We said, till death do us part. I says, we've thought of murder many days, but not to the divorce. I've always lived by this motto, and I promise you I have. I've done my best. I know I had failings here and there, but my motto is this: love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul and all thy mind. The second commandment is like unto it: love thy neighbor as thyself. One lady asked me, she says, where's your halo? I says, I don't have a halo, but I'm working towards one. But I love all my grandchildren. I've had sad times, certainly. You can't live 97 years and not have bad, sad times. And it's not all been death, you know, not that time. There have been other things that made me feel sad. You can't have sugar all the time. I've had a good life, and I think back on it. I can't think of anything that I would do different.